Yeah, you fuckers. Welcome back to another episode of the friggin' Polytickin Podcast, okay? Hello, Marcus, Sefa M, and also Lance from the Polytickin Podcast, all right? The Network Boys is in here for a very special episode, all right? It's episode 100. Bro, what the hell is going on? What is it?
You know, it's only right that we start off by saying, welcome to the Polytickin Network.
Yeah.
You know, we got all the network boys in here right now.
Yeah.
It's the collective team, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If you want some more from us, because Lance joins us for the Patreon, go ahead to patreon.com/Polytickin Podcast. Subscribe, $5 a month, gets you an extra episode every week, 4 episodes a month for only $5. Come on now. That's, you know what I'm saying? It's the cheapest threesome you ever get. Also, if you want some more Lance and Marcus, head on down to the Pacifica Movie Starter Kit, where they break down some contemporary classics, some new movies that ain't even classic yet, but they most likely will be. You know what I'm saying? So go check them out real quick. What's y'all latest and greatest?
We've kind of taken a little sabbatical, like a sabbatical from the show, trying to figure stuff out. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But the next one is gonna be what is it? The Win and the Reckoning, bro.
Yep.
The Win and the Reckoning. We're still trying to figure out, the best way to go about the show moving forward. But yeah, once we get to that, the next movie will be the Win and the Reckoning.
Telling you, Baby Mama's Club.
Baby Mama's Club. Oh yeah, that's right.
What is that?
It's a New Zealand show. You know, from I think it's Coconut or something. But it's funny.
We gotta.
I watch one
zombie
episode. But, yeah.
Oh wait. So it's a TV show, like a series?
Yeah. It's like
okay. Yeah. Oh yeah, we got to figure out how to do TV series too. See, there's a whole lot of revamping going on. So once we figure that out, yeah, we get on there. Baby Mama's Club.
Vamp Life. Remember that? Remember Vamp Life?
Is that a show too?
Nah, it was like a saying. It was like
I remember. Yeah,
I'm vamping. Like I'm up all night.
Oh, vampire.
Like a vampire.
Okay, I mixed it up with glamping.
Team No Sleep. It was like a different way to say Team No Sleep. So. Shout out to Quad High. I seen him post that, and it brought back hella memories. Jim Jones.
Yeah,
he's a big Vamp Life guy.
Yeah. Yep.
So check them out over there. Check us out over here. I think that's pretty much it. Episode 100. You know, we've been looking forward to this. It did kind of fall on a week where I feel like we all had a lot going on.
Yeah.
So we didn't get to do a lot of pre-production, but you know, that's how it happens. But we here, you know, the Pod Boys live and direct. So if you heard all that, then there's really nothing else to do except my brothers, how y'all been?
I've been all right, man. Yeah. I always start off with the same old shit, right? Work, whatever. And then when I finally get into my little gallivanting, you know what I'm saying? I feel like it's worthy to talk about on this stupid freaking show. All right. Last week I did some gallivanting. All right. I did some gallivanting. All right. But I guess it's for the future of this country, bro. And also my freaking city, the city of Carson. Okay. I feel like I need to be a productive member of society. You know what I'm saying? So last week I voted. Okay. I voted for the second time in my life. And I remember Lance and I were talking about that too. Said, dude, you know, we were talking about voting and at least doing it for your local officials. And I think this whole time, like through this, like I regretted voting the first time, you know? So I was just like, dude, I helped put Joe in there. I said it out myself, you know, like I'm like I made such a big fucking difference. But also like I went the first time I went there, I just had I wasn't really informed. I was just like, dude, get Donnie T out of there. Fuck this guy, you know? But this time around, I wanted to be a little more, you know, a little better about that. You know what I'm saying?
More MAGA?
Yeah, more MAGA?
Yeah, this time I wanted to make a change.
Yeah, let's put Donnie T back in there.
No.
Yeah.
No.
I like how you call him Donnie T. That sounds like a teenage singer.
Come on, bro. Yeah, we gotta lessen the pain that fool's name evokes. You know what I'm saying? Fuck that guy.
Ooh, like Voldemort? Say it out loud.
You know what I'm saying? Exactly. He is Voldemort, bro. He must not fuck him. But yeah, this time around, I wanted to focus more on like the local officials and what they can do for the city and stuff. And you know, I told you two that I went, you know, I was running late because, you know, miscommunication and stuff, and I was coming back from dropping off, you know, my ballot. And then this fool Sefa was straight laughing. And then he says, why are you voting in California? And I thought it brought up a great point because, you know, it's California. We're gonna go Democrat. It might be a waste of time. So I wanted to, you know, bring that up with you three.
I didn't know you was gonna vote for the littler stuff. I didn't know you was on top of your game like that. So when you said, oh, you know, I was like, oh, okay, that makes sense.
But you know what? I thought, and the last time too, the first time I voted, I thought you had to do every single proposal, every single race, and I was like, I don't know these guys.
Right.
I get this.
Just make sure you don't make a lot of noise when you in the booth and you're going eeny, meeny, miny, mo.
Yeah, just around. You know what I'm saying? So I wanted to bring that up again because I thought, first off, that's fucking hilarious. What the hell are you doing voting in California? I guess it's predetermined. And second, you know, voting. This guy up top on my screen doesn't vote. The guy right here on the bottom with the Polynesian logo does. So I wanted to hear you.
Lance, you vote?
Yes.
What is Oregon's like? What do they typically do?
So everyone has the federal, and then you have like your local ones. We've also got like state legislature, like Congress.
No, I meant like, what do y'all normally vote? Red or blue?
Oh, Oregon's blue usually.
Okay.
I think for a long time.
The whole West Coast,
Yeah. It's mostly in the middle that's red. Certain areas with more rural, but I feel like if you got a bunch of big cities, then you're usually going to lean blue or Democrat. But yeah, Oregon's usually Democrat, and I vote blue also. So I'm there for the local elections. Yeah. I'm there for the mayor and the freaking city.
The district
legislature
attorney for me.
We did district attorney. We did attorney general for the state. There's definitely a bunch of other elections that need votes. But then there's also people in a bunch of little precincts in our area that are running unopposed. So like it's just them, and there's no opponent. So I don't know why they're on the ballot. They're obviously going to win, but I don't vote for those. If you're not running against anybody, then I just leave it blank and I move on. It's like, you don't need my vote, and I don't know enough about you. But there's usually a really big like pamphlet that explains all the propositions and measures. So that's cool to have when you're marking everything down.
Yeah.
You're in Canada now. You don't like have an absentee vote for America or anything. You're just out.
I feel like I don't need to. I mean,
bother myself with this.
Look. I know.
I didn't hear this.
I know myself. I don't know anything about the local election stuff, right? So I would only be voting for the presidential election. And considering that I am left leaning, and I would vote for Kamala. Being in California and voting blue, it's no way we could lose that. And I know that's dangerous rhetoric. I understand. And
true.
Pushing is very, I shouldn't be saying it, but this is just what I think. I don't think California is going to be conservative anytime soon.
No.
It might be, if they keep going, but from what I see and what I experience, I don't think California will ever turn red. It's just too many progressive thinkers over here. So if I lived in a swing state, if I lived in, wherever, Arizona, Georgia, Pennsylvania, Georgia, whatever, like if I lived in one of those states, then I think I would be more adamant about voting. But since I'm from California, it's like California, New York, you're not gonna lose that. So, and plus, I have an excuse that I have used since I was in Samoa that I just keep using, and it ain't even true. That mug was built on a lie.
What?
There's a shaky foundation there, bud. What happened?
Yeah.
What did you tell him?
So I remember this clearly, bro. It was this lady. She was running for governor, or she was running for some position. And y'all might remember this too. This was like 2011, 2012. And she was on the gubernatorial platform, whatever. and they were having the debates or they were just, speaking about their campaign. And she went up there and she was like, Jesus. And she was like saying all these like biblical things, bro. And she started crying on TV like real bad. And so she had came to Carl's Jr. over there in Newly. And me and my cousin Amo. We was chilling, we was eating food, and she came and just sat next to us. She was like, "Hello, son." And then she started talking about, she was talking to everybody. She was working the room. She's talking to everybody. And she came and sat next to us. And then she's like, oh yeah, she's talking to us. And then she hear us talk. And she's like, oh, where you guys from? I could tell you guys don't speak like you're from here. And we was like, oh, we're from California. She's like, oh, Calify, that's such a sad way of living.
Oh, the good old Bible thumping ass.
I was like, it was like, what? And she was like, yeah, it's no good over there. It's godless out there, and the Samoans don't know their culture. And she was like saying all this stuff about it. Bro, I'm like halfway to my burrito from Green Burrito at Carl's Jr. and she's doing all this, and I was just like, So when she said like, oh, are you guys voting? You guys plan on voting? My name is blah blah blah, and I was like, oh, you know what? Damn, hold up, I'm a hunky. Hold up, chill out, bro.
Salu Hunkin Final.
Oh, was that her?
I'm late. 2012, the only female candidate was Salu Hunkin Final. I got a picture here if you want to see it. I can try to share it.
Oh, here,
that in there. Yeah.
Tell me if this is the lady that you're talking about, the gubernatorial candidate.
Man, was she a hunkin?
Is this her?
I don't know. Wait, who else was on the ballot? Was it Tweeka and them and Tim Jones?
Oh dang, Tim Jones. I remember Tweeka. Tim Jones and Tweeka.
Is that okay?
Yep,
okay, that could have been her then. But I don't know if it was her because
former president of American Samoa Community College?
Yeah, she won somewhere else. It might have been the lady she was with. If she was with a lady, I don't know. But it was a lady. She did all that. And I told her, I said, sorry, I can't vote because I'm registered to vote in America. So my vote, like I only get to you only get to register to vote in either American Samoa. And so I used it. And she was like, oh yeah, okay, thank you. And she walked away.
She's like, I don't need to talk to you anymore.
For real. I don't need to confirm shit. Fuck this kid.
I wasted 7 minutes just now.
Bro, after that worked, I literally start using that every year. I start using that. Like if I was in Samoa, I say, oh, I'm registered in America. And if I was in America, I was like, man, I'm still registered in American Samoa. So I'm gonna send my ballot over there.
Yeah, I'm
gonna send my ballot over there. So I even there's like, oh, you gonna vote in Canada? I was like, oh man, I'm registered in America, man. I'll be lying like a bug. Yeah. So that's But I did vote for Obama. That was the only one. Just one time. And I just voted for him. I just do everything else. I was like, man, I don't know this, man. Submit. I ain't know the rest. Yeah.
For California, the last time it was Republican was 1988 for George H. Bush.
That wasn't that long ago.
What?
That wasn't that long ago.
It
was not that long ago.
It was Republican for 20 years, from Nixon to Ford to Ronald Reagan to George H.W.
I didn't know that.
It was a red state in the 80s, the 60s, and the 70s and 80s.
Don't make me feel bad about not voting.
You should be good.
If we lose to red in California, I gotta delete this podcast.
But okay, so last election in 2020, Biden got 11 million votes and Trump got 6 million votes in California. So California should be blue.
Trump, see, and you guys bring up a good point that like now since Trump and for a while now, like there's a lot of like conservative thinkers out here, at least in my area, some within my family. A lot of conservative, like, and they're mainly like dock workers, you know what I'm saying, over there at the ports. It's a lot of them who feel like, he's done a lot for. Hey, I don't want to turn this into a political thing, but this is what I'm learning. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just like, it doesn't surprise me that we did used to be like a red state, especially with like the fucking existence of Huntington Beach, because it's super right over there. They're very right over there in Huntington Beach. So
is it rich or?
Yeah.
Okay.
Upper
Business
middle
owners.
Class business owners. Yeah.
Yeah.
Want to be billionaires someday?
Bing bong.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't. Yeah,
Exactly.
I don't think. I don't think so. I don't think it'll happen. But I mean, 88 not that far away.
No.
Yeah.
That's not that far away. So
This for HW, you said?
yeah.
Looks like it started with Richard Nixon.
Oh, Nixon.
And then Ronald Reagan. So like that. That's
Oh,
like
all
a
the crooks.
super.
All the crooks.
That's like
Yeah,
a super
was it-
memorable era for Republicans. Is that Reagan? That Reagan era.
He was
I guess
coming out of
Nixon got kicked out.
Was he coming out of California, Reagan was?
Oh yeah. Reagan
Okay.
was from California, so that's probably why
Mhm.
he got a bunch.
He was an
Well,
actor.
Well, there you go. Sefa, start voting, bro. You can't
know,
use that in
right?
Canada anymore.
No.
All right, help us out over here. We could lose it, dude.
I'm sorry.
We
I'm
could
sorry.
lose it to Donnie.
If we lose by one vote, it was my fault. But if we
Yeah.
don't lose by one vote, then it don't matter. What am I gonna do?
Damn it.
We had Drewski in the Patreon chat with just the patrons ask about like our political backgrounds and
Oh,
kind of
shit.
history. He was like, "Oh, who are you guys voting for?" Or like, "How did you guys grow up politically, and has it changed over time?"
Ooh.
Did you guys grow up like Democrat? Like your families were voting left?
Well, considering my family was all felons, none of them voted.
and being in California, so if they
Yeah.
could, they probably go Democrat. But bro, I grew up in Texas, so I was surrounded by a whole lot of Republicanism, a whole lot of isms
yeah.
out there. Yeah, so but my dad and I were indifferent. My dad is from American Samoa. He doesn't care about that stuff. So I never had too much interest in it either. Like we would watch this stuff and we would just be like, man, this is fucking boring Sports Center. We didn't really know, but he was also caught up. Like we were also caught up in the Obama hype. You know what I'm saying? Like we thought, hey, we thought it'd be good for the country too, and yeah, so we got caught up in that. And after he won, there was a whole bunch of haters. Obviously, it's fucking Texas. And every time I think about my time over there in Obama stuff, when I was in high school, I remember this in a physics class or like some kind of science class. Obama had just won. Like he had just won the election. And there are these two white girls, in science class, they have them big old, test desks, right? The big old the square desk. Yeah. And we all share that, 4 people to the table. Yeah. So it was me.
So I start crying.
No. So so it's me, 4 of the people, and then across from me are 2 white girls. And we were there. Everybody was talking about the election, bro. Everybody in there. All of us like 15, 16 with no fucking clue of anything. So they was talking about how Obama won, and then one of them said, "I hope he gets assassinated." Yeah, I hope he gets assassinated. And I looked at it, I was like, "Oh, I mean, that's fucked, but whatever." But what surprised me the most was that my conservative ass science teacher was like, "Hey, shut your mouth. Shut up. Don't say anything like that. He's your president now." So I thought that fucked me up because I was like, "Wait, you don't like who's Jesus?" So, it was, yeah, just growing up around that, it was weird. There's a whole bunch of like, right-leaning white people, and their biggest point was like the Bible thumping ass Christians,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
and among Samoans too. Like, I didn't really see it out there. We didn't really talk politics when we was younger. But fuck, we was just surrounded by Christians, conservative Christians.
Yeah.
Good old boys.
Yeah. I don't really. Yeah. Change that. Yeah. You trying to get it off. He always trying to get it off. We get it. You're a dual business owner. We get it. We get it. You're allegiance. You can't serve 2 masters. We know.
Change the background.
Yeah, I don't know if I was there.
2 bastards.
I don't know if we ever like talked about politics growing up. I don't think my family ever cared. I think I remember my dad saying like, "Man, don't matter who up top, he's still gonna be broke." Like So I think that's a sentiment that's echoed throughout a lot of households in our area in the ways that we grew up.
Yeah.
I think I want to say my political, leanings came from schooling, came from learning, came from seeing history, came from, meeting people around the world. You know, you
Mm.
when you live in one place your whole life, it kind of you kind of you don't purposely become part of an echo chamber, but you just naturally,
Mm.
you naturally your scenery, your settings, they just never really change. You can go out for trips, you can go out for here and there and to visit family in these places, that places, but it really differs when you actually live places. So, I lived in
Yep.
California, I lived in Samoa, I lived in Hawaii, I lived in
Yeah.
Japan, I live in Canada.
Mhm.
So when you start moving around and not just visiting for a week or not just going for a month, but like when you immerse yourself in different communities and you start brushing elbows with different communities and you start
Yeah.
talking to people from different walks of life,
Yeah.
it's like there's always like you start to find similarities between you and different, and this is some people that I would never think that we have similar interests.
Mhm.
And there was a lot of people that I've met throughout my life when I moved to Japan or moved to Samoa or even now in Canada, that I'm like, I don't think we finna, we finna be cool. Like I'm friendly and we can hang out, but I don't know if we finna connect like that. And then you start peeling back the layers, and you like, even if I'm from somewhere way different, even if I feel like I'm from a different world,
Mhm.
it's still similarities. It's still like we still face the same kind of struggles. It's all rooted in the same things.
Yep.
It just branched off into different things, but I think my worldly view of meeting other people, meeting other community, being in other communities, and seeing other people's struggles,
Mhm.
I think that's really what pushes me to do this, or not do this, but that's what pushes my view to be like, nah, I don't rock with them. I rock with them, or nah, I've seen this. We've seen it done before. Like, uh, and we didn't talk about this, but uh, I had the gender training right at
Mm.
work, and it was crazy because the dude who was teaching us was saying, the rhetorics that they're pushing on trans people right now, the rhetorics that they're saying they're dangerous to children and all these things, they tried that with gay people. They did that already with gay
Yep.
people. In
Mhm.
in the past, they did that with gay people. They said, "Oh, gay people are going to ruin your children." Blah blah blah. Before that, they did it with black people. In the 80s, 78, hey, you guys are gonna, maybe not 70, 80, but before that, hey,
Mhm.
we can't use the same bathrooms. We're gonna separate them because they're a danger to society. We can't trust them.
Yeah.
So it's like the narratives and the tactics and all of these things, they stay the same, but they
Mhm.
just move. Because once society catches up and realizes, oh wait, these black people aren't a danger, they're just like us. It's
Mhm.
like, oh shoot, and let's go to the next outcasted group, or let's go to the next marginalized group. Oh, gay people.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're the dangers. And then once people realize, oh wait, hold on, gay people just like us.
Yeah.
And then it's like, well, gay people are cool, but trans people. And so it just keeps rotating. They keep finding other people to target. And so just like that, I don't think I would ever take a gender training class or a session in California. But since I'm here in Canada, since everything's so progressive out here,
Mm.
now I'm exposed to a whole different line of thinking. And then you're just like, oh shoot, yeah, this and I'm sorry to be so long-winded, but this reminds me of Samoa when I was in Miss Goldfarb's class. She was a white
Mm.
lady. I forgot where she was from, like in the middle of America.
Mhm.
And we were talking about gay people in the military.
Mm.
And like, do you guys, what is your stance on gay people in the military? This was 2010, 2011.
Didn't they just passed that like a law like recently to
Like
like let
rescinding don't ask, don't tell.
yeah.
Yeah. Hmm.
So this was before that.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it was a talking point that she brought up because of conversation we were having in class at the time. And there was one girl, and shout out to her, she's hella cool, but she was very strong in her stance. And she
Mm.
said, I do not want gay people in the military. She was in the military, and
Oh, I
she
remember you
said,
telling me about this.
yeah,
Yeah.
she just didn't feel comfortable because she felt like gay people were, I want to say she said something like prissy, or just not um up to the challenge,
Mhm.
scared of physicality, like saying all these things like that, right? And she made a list. She made a whole list as a why, and all these things. They're fragile, they're feminine, they're prissy, they care more about their looks, or just really, ignorant.
Stereotypes.
Yeah.
Very
Ignorant. Yeah.
stereotyped.
And the teacher literally went to the board, or it was a piece of paper. So she went to the piece of paper. She was like, "Would you believe me if I told you 30 years ago they had this same exact list, and then she crossed out gay people in the military and she put women in the military." And she was like, "This is what they said about women before women were allowed in the military. They said all of these things, and you stand here in your Army uniform or your Army, reserve uniform, because people fought against these stereotypes." And it shut the class down. And so that, to me, that's another that's another example of like the tactics stay the same. They just shifted. They shifted. They find some other people to target, some other marginalized group to target, who don't have their legs up under them, who don't have the support, and then they use that. They go with it. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I say all that to say, me being all over the place kind of contributed to
your line of thinking about, politics and stuff. Yeah, I'm trying to expand my knowledge past the two, political parties, because, I feel like those two are untrustworthy and they only seek to serve capitalism, just to keep us down and line their pockets, at a very basic level. So, yeah, man, I don't trust either of them either. And it's from that worldview also. I moved around a lot too, so I hear you, bro. I'm right there with you. It's
you moved around a lot, so you're distrustful of the government?
Yeah, pretty much so. Yeah. I mean, we hear stories all the time, of people trying to apply for something and they didn't get it because of, certain characteristics, skin color, whatever. And I always know that things like that harken back to like the top of the top, people who we should look to like for guidance or whatever. They're shitting on us just to line their pockets. So it's like, I don't fuck with you, bro. I don't fuck with any of this. I don't like this. This is stupid.
Just want the government to take care of the people and then let them be free.
I don't even want that. I mean, yeah, I guess. Like, I don't know. I'm too ill-informed to really make big arguments about this shit, because I am just learning about this. But like at a basic level, I'm just like, dude, fuck both of you. Fuck you. Fuck Joe and Kamala, bro. Fuck both of y'all, bro. I should have wrote somebody in for the third for another candidate.
Don't do that. Wasted vote.
Right, the Polytickin network.
Yeah. Fuck.
Hey, Lance.
Kanye West.
Hey, Lance. You was on the radio, right? Back in Samoa.
93 KHJ.
How was that dealing with the Republican guy on the ones and twos?
Oh, shout out, bro. Shout out to DJ One Eye.
Yeah.
John Rayner, my brother. That guy freaking basically raised me after I graduated high school and joined the radio station before I went to the Army. But yeah, definitely a capital R Republican. And I remember. I felt that, like, bro, we would ride to work every day. We lived in the middle of the island. We would drive out to Pongo in like the KHJ car, but we'd have conversations every day. And there would be times when I would hear like certain political stuff, little jabs against like Democrats. Oh, they're not, worth anything. Oh, they're radical, wild. And definitely in American Samoa, I feel like conservative, very religion backed is the like primary party. So even other people, not just John, but like other people that I would look up to and like try to learn from would be like, you got to vote Republican. It's the only way to save this country. And I'm like, oh, okay. Fuck it. I'm going to join the Army too. I went to the Army, bro, super conservative.
Wait, you went to the Army because of John Rayner?
No, I went to the Army because I got married at 21 and needed to support my family. And KJ was only paying me $4 an hour or whatever it was at the time.
You a D4A?
Oh yeah, yo, I got yeah. Wait,
did you not know that?
Why are we doing this on episode 100?
Yeah, come on, hey,
save it for the
Revelations. Let's go, Revelations, bro. Yo, hey, his biggest memory is a freaking revelation, bro. It's fitting for fucking 100 right now, bro. It's over.
What?
Yeah, so I mean,
know that
in American Samoa, in the Army, definitely a lot of right-leaning ideology.
Yeah.
And I remember like what was it, 2012, when Obama won again, and we were making fun of the guys that voted for Obama. Like, we can't trust you. You voted for Barrio. Like, come on, man. You can't
Barrio,
and Donnie
like
T.
a rapper. Barrio and Donnie T.
Yeah. So like, I mean, and definitely moving around, like you said, Sefa, moving around and seeing all the rubbing elbows with different kinds of people, learning about what's important to them. I feel like definitely opens up kind of your mind to what's possible. Because sometimes I'll be like, yeah, you know, voting for whoever the freaking Republican guy was, and they would like explain, oh, they're not good, their policies this and that, and I was like, oh, I don't actually know anything about that. I'm just picking one side and calling the other side stupid, which is kind of what I feel like we've advanced to now for our politics. But once I like moved, maybe it just depends on where the hell I live and the people I freaking talk to, because now I'm in Oregon.
Lance the chameleon.
Yeah, now I'm in Oregon. Ugh. And it's very left leaning. It's very like women's rights, freaking safety, getting homeless people off the streets, making sure everyone has like resources and livable wages and stuff like that. And it's being railed against by the other side. It's like, oh, that's socialism. Oh, that's anarchy. That's Marxism. That's communism, all that stuff. So I kind of feel bad, but I think it just depends on where you get your information from, what kind of experiences you're experiencing out there with other people. Kind of changes your can change your politics and what you think is important.
Yeah, I'm learning a little bit about socialism and communism as well. And I don't know, man. There's something to it.
Marcus, you are 38 years old. You just now learning about socialism and communism.
I just know I've known the names. Yeah, I've known them. I just don't know anything about them. So when I hear radicalization, I'm just like, yeah, dude, fuck it. Fuck it. Radical, dude. Be radical. But yeah, anyway, I fucking voted. That's what the hell happened to me. All right.
Less than 2 weeks to election day. It's about to go down.
I did my part. All right. I did my part in the freaking war. Okay.
The biggest gang war in America.
You know what I'm saying? Cast my ballot. I was gonna say what did y'all do, but I mean, Sefa just told us about the gender training, bro. Like,
so the gender training was hilarious. I mean, not hilarious. It wasn't hilarious. It was good. and there were moments like what I just shared where I was just like, oh shoot, that's crazy. I never thought of that. But one of the things that happened was a dude that was running it said, like, you know, we should stray away from gender affirming language around groups, just because, you know, some people might be uncomfortable with guys or dudes, or, you know, hey, you know, so like y'all, or he was saying like he was just like giving us examples of words that would be safe to use for both groups or all groups.
Okay.
And so like y'all or folks or friends. And then he was like, you know, and you know, a big thing is when family comes in and you say, oh, is your mom here? And especially working with like social work stuff, some of the youth, that's not their parents, that's their guardians, or, you know, that's their social worker, or you know, or they may not identify as mom or woman. So he was saying, so let's just, you know, how about you call everyone relatives? You say, hey, your relatives there. Hey, your relatives. And it just in my head, I was just like, bro, I'm such a hood burger.
Yeah, you'll never say that.
I was like, bro, and I'm sitting there laughing to myself because he kept saying it. Hey, relative, hey, and I was like, hey, if you say really right now, I'm gonna start bust out laughing. Like, and I just looked around, everybody was like seriously taking notes. And I just thought of it like, bro, I'm sitting here laughing because somebody's saying relative in Canada. And it was just I was just laughing at myself, finding something amusing about it, because I was like, that's so crazy that this don't even strike a chord with nobody, like at all. Like everybody's like, yeah, relative, that's a good one, relative. And so and like it's one of those moments where like you feel all the progress in life, you feel like you doing all these great things, and like you moving up, and you're like changing and growing and learning and progressing. But then there's something just like, oh, that's where I really come from, though. Like, I really, you know, like for me to not trip, but for me to recognize that, for me to like acknowledge that that's a funny thing to say. and nobody else in the room. I was like, dang, we really came up from totally different worlds.
Yeah.
I just thought it was funny, bro. Yeah. That was
Yeah, I feel like that with like new slang that comes out, but it's actually old slang, like shiesty. Like when I hear people say shiesty, I was like, bro, I was saying that in middle school already. Now it's a thing, you know. So
it's like an item.
it's an item. Yeah.
Yeah. It's literally an item.
Back then, it was just your shady character.
Yeah, you're stingy.
Yeah, you a shiesty ass motherfucker, aren't you?
You over there being shiesty with the fries, man. Pass the bag.
You being shiesty with the
Stop
fries,
being shiesty with the fries, man. Pass the bag.
Yeah, bro.
You're being shiesty with his chicken katsu, bro. Pass
You know
the
what I'm
plate.
saying? Exactly.
Damn, you see us all looking at you eating?
Yeah. Exactly, bro. So, yeah, goddamn.
Yeah. So, episode 100. I feel like this is gonna be a very self-reflecting episode.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And coincidentally, me and Marcus got into a nice little conversation.
Yeah.
About music and whatnot. And I felt like this was an important time. I was hoping that you were down to talk. I wasn't sure.
Yeah.
But I was hoping you were because I feel like everybody who's done music has felt like this.
Yeah.
Every artist out there in some way, form, or fashion has felt this way. And I feel like it's an important conversation to have. So Marcus, go ahead and set the scene, brother.
Yeah, man. It was the day of Tasha 1K. Shout out to Tasha 1K. Shout out to Stack Bundle, man. For the Twitch stream that they had to showcase artists. You know what I'm saying? It was a competition, right? You submit your music, they pick a winner, $300, right? And a beat from High Mikey. And so that shit was gonna go crazy, and it did. I didn't watch the thing, but I seen clips, and I know people were talking about it before and after, and I seen some of the artists that got on there. Fucking Abigail, I fucking love her, bro. Abigail, she is so nice. Crazy. Anyway, so it was that, and this dude hits me up. It's like, hey, you gonna do Tassi's stream tonight, right? Like, yeah, coming up with excuses and reasons. I was just like, yeah. And then he hits me up a couple hours later, says the same thing. He's like, hey, what are you doing? But coincidentally, I was doing something for my brother. I was helping him get his car. But I mean, even then, I still could have, done something, whatever. But, yeah, he hits me up again just to remind me, like, hey, I'm just here to, I'm hitting you up to remind you to do the stream tonight, man. You gonna do it or not? And then I hit you with something that I've been thinking about for a very long time. You know what I'm saying? And, I mean, I do music periodically. It's a very fun thing to do, and I love it, man. But there was just there are times where I just don't. I mean, on top of being like unproductive and not doing the music itself, not doing the work, like there are times where I beat myself up over, not getting to it, or not writing enough, and the conversation turned into like feeling, I said the word worthy a couple of times in there, and I was saying that I don't feel worthy of fuck. It's like
I remember what you said.
Yeah, you say it, please, because it's like I'm trying to put words to how I feel. Because well, go ahead. So
you said you didn't feel worthy to share your message.
There it is.
Oh,
yeah.
No.
Yeah, I didn't feel worthy enough to share like the message or like to tell these stories. I didn't feel worthy enough. I don't feel worthy enough. Because it's not my story. And other things were like, I don't know. It's just
what
all the shit. What
makes it not your story?
I don't know how to explain it, man. I don't, because it's things that I'm seeing that I don't know. I guess now that I'm saying it out loud, I guess it is, but like it's just seeing that things that I observe, but I had no part in that I really want to talk about, and I don't feel worthy of telling, other people's stuff. You know what I'm saying? But then,
what about this stuff that you were involved in?
Yeah, I could do that, but it's also it was something else, man. I just don't feel like I'm the right messenger. I don't feel like I'm the right, because we've talked about it on the show. We've talked about how, like, when somebody says something and it's not, I mean, and it's like objectively right, or that's a very righteous message, but it's the messenger that fucks us up. Like, I don't want to be that guy. I want to be worthy enough to set, I want to be, I want to be worthy enough to give these messages to the people, but I don't know. I just didn't feel worthy enough. And I feel like that speaks to more of wanting to be, better improved as a person. You know what I'm saying? I don't know.
I feel like
Release it when you're better.
I guess. Yeah, I guess that's what I'm saying. I'm still trying to figure out what it is I'm, these blocks I got, but for the most part, yeah.
Can I say something, and can I be honest?
Uh-huh. Yeah.
You copping out right now.
Okay.
You copping out.
How so?
It's I remember my teacher, Miss Stiffle, from she was my Avid teacher. A couple years after I graduated, we went back and surprised her at her retirement. We surprised her for her retirement. She came to Rico's Pizza with two other kids, the two students that kept in touch with her the most. But when she pulled in, it was about 25 students across hella years that came to surprise her. We had the whole Rico's Pizza, well, most of it. And so she was she was tripping, she was crying, and then she came and talked to everybody. When she talked to me, it was like 2014. And she was like, "What's up? What's up with you?" Like, she was very straightforward. She was one of them teachers like in the movies that be like cussing you out and real cool.
Hell yeah.
She was like, "Yo, what the hell? What's going on with you?" Like, and I was like, "Yeah, my pops has been sick, and I went to college in the islands. I went to 2 years, and I've been." She was like, "You too smart to only have 2 years of college." And I was like, "Yeah, but my dad is sick, and this and that and this." She was like, "If you waiting for the perfect moment to jump, you're gonna be waiting for your whole life."
Yeah.
And she told me, she was like, "There's no perfect time. There's no such thing as a perfect time. There's no such thing as an opportunistic moment, like an opportune moment. Like, people, if you look at everybody who you look up to, well, and you admire everything they've accomplished, if you go back to the start of their journey, they didn't start when everything lined up. They didn't start when everything was picture perfect. They didn't start when, oh, I just had to wait for this, and I had to, that everything's good, everything's all right, let's go." Like, most of the people that you look up to, most of the people that have created these crazy movements or accomplished all these goals started in the middle of turmoil, in the middle of uncertainty, in the middle of confusion, in the middle of all these, just everything going on, but they started because that's all they could do. And so she was like, "So if you waiting to start for the perfect moment, you never gonna start." Yeah. She was like, and so I don't ever want to hear that again. Get a better excuse. Get a better excuse.
Hey, I've seen a lot of that too, man. I've seen a lot of those same statements and stuff, man. I agree. I do agree.
That's why I say you copping out.
Yeah. If somebody else were to say that to me, then yeah, I'd say the same thing. They're copping out. And my reason isn't any different from anyone else's. And like, I mean, I started writing again. I was listening to music and writing again. I'm always writing and always doing something involving that, but the active recording and stuff I just don't get to. And yeah, I'm definitely in my head too much. You know what I'm saying? Because what you said is right and it is true. I just, something has always just stopped me, and instead of just, I have to acknowledge that it stops me and figure out why and what that is, and just fucking get through it. Don't get around it. Get through the shit,
It's, you know what I think it is?
What?
And I'm going to say this because we're very similar. That's why we're best friends.
Please, come on.
We have self-esteem issues.
Yeah.
That's literally what it is.
Yeah. Self-esteem, when you have confidence, yeah.
When you have self-esteem issues, when you say, "I'm not worthy to say this message," because it's not really my story. And I say, "Well, what about your story?" And you kind of overlooked it. You're like, "Oh yeah, I can do that." But that's you looking down on your own story because you feel like your story is uninteresting.
Yeah.
When that's not the truth.
Ooh,
look,
I wrestle with that all the time.
I'm telling you, bro, you can, like, especially me coming from where I'm from, right? It's and you can see it too. Like, a lot of the music that revolves around gang life, that revolves around violence and guns and drugs, all this illegal activity, a lot of that music takes off and it's really popular. And the reason why it's popular is because there's a lot of people who don't live that life.
Yeah.
And they
wanna
go to it.
explore
They
that.
go to that
Like,
to suck from it, to get all these, to live vicariously through it.
Yep.
And so when you a regular person in the hood surrounded by all of this, you kind of, and I'm not saying this is you because I don't know what it is exactly that you want to speak on that you can't, or you feel like you can't. But for me, like, I was making music that was super conscious. I was making music that was super just about depression and sadness, and then the music didn't go nowhere. It was very, like, still the music isn't way out there. I don't have the image like that, and I don't have the cool gangster portrayal that a lot of other artists have. And so when you sit there and you speak your truth, it doesn't feel good to see like other people who do these messages and they blow up, and you sitting there. In terms of content, it's different, but in terms of talent, it's still there. Like, I'm still talented, but it don't pop off like that. And it is disheartening. And it may make you feel like, maybe I should just switch it up a little bit. Maybe I should just do this a little bit, like a little bit of that. And it challenges you as an artist to want to stay true to your message. But like what I said in the text, it's there's people out there who would identify with a regular 9-to-5er. You, as a listener, I have seen you identify with artists who only talk about regular stuff.
Yeah.
Like when you came with that dude who sang that Michael Cera song, that song was stupid as hell to me, but you love it.
Yeah.
What's his name? Michael Christmas?
Michael Christmas, yeah.
Yeah, like his music to me never hit, never resonated, but you loved it. And there's people out there who love that because that's what they gravitate to. So I'm saying, it's, especially you being in Carson, especially you being in Samoan and seeing all the music that comes from around that area in SoCal. It's like easy to get caught up and to think like, oh, that's the only music that's popping. That's the only way I'm gonna get popular. But nah, bro, like there's pockets in Detroit, there's pockets in Nebraska, there's pockets in Canada that would appreciate the perspective of a 9-to-5er over some dope boom bap hip hop or some dope alternative pop type of whatever. There's always gonna be there's always gonna be an audience. You just gotta find it. That's it. It's gonna be harder. It's gonna be harder for you because you in the middle of you in the gangland capital. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's locally, it might not pop off, and so
stand out. You're gonna stand out in that like gangster capital or like saturated market. You're gonna be like, you don't need to do that. You can be like me, because it might not be the perfect message that you want it to be on the output, but I'm sure it's the message that some people need to hear or like feel connected with. So. Are you not finishing the songs, or is the songs already finished?
Oh,
just not posting them?
It's a lot of both. Yeah. Man, as soon as we cracked Adobe, this fool helped me get a cracked version of Adobe, and it was on, bro, for like a solid month and a half. I was just always recording, but then, kind of just slowed down. And you know what? Sefa brought up a good point when I first got this stuff. He's like, dude, because the equipment is so accessible to you, it's so easy to fall off. You know what I'm saying? Because it's right there. So it's a lot. It's all of that. Everything you said, plus the convenience, is like, oh well, I can get to it tomorrow. Then tomorrow turns into next week, and then next month, and on top of the self-esteem, self-doubt, all the shit going on up here. You know what I'm saying? It's just a bad mix of like feeling unworthy in this space. You know what I'm saying? But doing the pod, and you said in the text too, doing the pod, if you can do a podcast, you can do music. If you could do that, it's like, this is definitely letting me know that, we're on the right path, music and podcast wise. So, I'm trying to feel it's all about the self-improvement goes up here too, thinking of being, believing that you're worthy, you know what I'm saying? And worthiness. So it all just goes back to inside. So it's still a self-improvement thing, you know what I mean? But it's also, stop being a bitch and make some music, you know what I'm saying?
You already have music ready.
Yeah, I do.
You just don't want to post it yet.
And it's another artist thing of perfectionism and all this bullshit that it doesn't need to be that. But I don't want to digress too far from what we're already talking about. What happened?
And I will say that I felt that feeling too. The feeling of not wanting to put out or not being worthy of putting out music. Maybe different reasons as to why, but that feeling of unworthiness, it goes away. And I hate to say this because you should never seek for outside validation.
Yes,
But let's
exactly.
just be real. That feeling of worthiness or that feeling of I don't know if I should do this or not, it goes away it goes away with the compliments. It goes away with the attention. It goes away with
Hey.
with the validation that like people like what you're doing. And
Mhm.
I know we're supposed to stray away and we're supposed to do it for ourselves, but I'm speaking from a realistic point of view as an artist. It feels good when people like what you create.
Bro, yeah.
When it's not forced, when it's not bought, when it's not a family member that feels obligated,
Yes.
when people genuinely love what you create, it feels good.
Yes.
I'm not gonna deny that. You know, you shouldn't live off of it.
Yeah.
You know, because you know what they say, those who live off of compliments die off of criticism.
Right.
Well, you shouldn't live off of it. But
Mhm.
it's gonna be something that puts some air in your sails, you know what I'm saying? Some wind beneath your wings, you know what I'm saying? It's gonna help you fly.
Yeah.
And to get to that point, you just gotta release, you gotta promote, you gotta
Mhm.
create, you gotta perfect, you gotta hone, and you gotta progress and get better. So like the only way to it is to go through it, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm right there with y'all, man.
As an artist, Marcus, what would you say your style is, or your writing style, your musical style? Like, if people never heard you, how would you explain it? Any influences?
Yeah. But my influences change a lot, you know, just
Okay.
because it's like, you know, the style, I guess, you know, whatever is cool, not even cool at the time, but like what I'm feeling in the moment. But a whole lot of Larry June. Larry June's usually top of my list for me. Larry June, Dom Kennedy. Shit. I like the sounds of different. Who? Fonte of Little Brother Fontegolo. You know, I really do gravitate to you know, the boom bap, talk about your feeling stuff and, you know, light social consciousness, you know what I'm saying? But like with the everyman, that's my whole thing, you know. The everyman, the 9-to-5er. But yeah. But I also want to make some ignorant ass shit, but you know, whatever.
Yeah.
I love it's trying to be a mix of things, but yeah, nah, this all just goes back to, you know, dealing with things internally, you know, and know that like it's not really chasing validation like that's the difference, right? It's genuineness, you know. That's you know, I feel like we're not just looking for validation. I think the fact that we're building community is the difference, right? We're not seeking validation, we're building community with like-minded people through the pods and the music. So it's like, that's how I look at it, bro. I don't think it's us seeking validation, but those compliments do feel good. Like when I read the reviews for the shows and stuff, it's like, yeah, bro, yeah.
You were just Sefa, you were just like with family, and they were saying they listen to the pod and they listen to your music and stuff. And I know that's I mean, hearing that pumps us up.
Yeah, exactly.
As it should.
So fuck it.
So yeah, I thought that was an important conversation to have because I know a lot of artists out there feel the same way. You know, I mean, it may be not this exact same, but very similar. And so
that feeling of limbo.
Yeah, I would love, or I wanted to share, you know, what helped me get through it because I've been there too. So I'm still, you know, still at times.
Thank you, boys. Appreciate that, man.
Yeah.
For real.
Shout out to all the artists out there, man. Keep going, keep striving, man. Keep creating, keep building, keep going. You know,
just keep going.
Push it out.
Everything that you want, it won't get there from stopping. So just do it. Even if you don't know what you're doing, even if you don't know if it's gonna work, just try it out. And,
just
you know,
try it out,
bro. I've been doing this merch for a couple years now, bro. You know how many shirts I done thrown away. You know how many shirts is just sitting at the bottom of the storage because I messed up. But you just, you know, you gotta learn. You just keep going and whatever.
Yeah.
But it's episode 100, and so we would be, you know, we'd be wrong to come in and not reflect and have a little retrospective session. So we started this. I forgot. I don't know what year. I don't know what time or year. Do y'all know?
November 4th, 2022.
That was
episode 1.
That's almost 2 years.
Yeah, that's almost 2 years exactly.
November's gonna be
episode title. You could fix that with soap and water if you used it better.
You know what? It's a lot of liberty. It's a lot of liberty when you first start out because you're not in a box and you don't have expectations to uphold.
Mm-hmm.
So when we started this, bro, it was, and you know what's funny? That's not the start.
No.
Right.
Like you can see, like Lance, if you because Lance has you have access to the podcasters app,
Mhm.
you could see our first episodes ever, and it was, me and shout out to Marcus, man. We've been trying this for so many years. We knew we wanted to do it, but we just kept. We didn't have a set date, schedule, routine. I
Mhm.
don't even think at that time of our lives we were even ready for a podcast. And
Bro.
so we tried what 2018, 2019,
Yeah,
something like
19, 19, 18,
tried,
19.
failed, inconsistent, tried again. If you look at our reviews, one of the reviews says, if you guys could just come out with an episode once a month, I would love it.
Yeah.
It's like,
Shout out to
I'm only
Z.
giving you 3 stars.
Yeah. Shout out to Z. She been holding us down. But yeah, like that's where we came from. Like we literally were super inconsistent. We was recording off of our phones. Like we had no real, and I know even now there's a lot to be desired in terms of our setup and our recording.
This
But if you
y'all
seen
don't know.
if you seen where we came from, this is 5-star luxury hors
Brother,
d'oeuvres and all that.
come
8-course
on.
meal. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So yeah, it was. How about you, Marcus? You remember where you was at in life?
Bro, I think I was working at Five Guys.
Ooh.
don't start,
yeah,
bro. Yeah, so I was working at Five
we
Guys.
have the meats.
We had all Five Guys. Yeah, so I was working there at the time, very hectic time. Still pretty active in the church. You know what I'm saying? But just broke as shit. Broke as shit. And yeah, you're right. We've been trying to do this for a long time. I remember when we would finally record after like weeks and months of like silence, we'd have to record and on the phone, but I'd be outside. I think I was outside while smoking a cigarette because I was more comfortable over there to talk to you on the phone while we were recording this fucking stupid show. Like I didn't want to be in the room and like, like I am now. Like it would just be weird to be yelling like that on the phone or whatever. So I just felt more comfortable to talk to you outside. And yeah, it just sounded like shit. But I remember being excited that we were dropping this. You know what I'm saying? Like we could still go weeks and months without doing an episode, but when we finally got to it, like I was excited and I thought that was like game changing. You know what I'm saying? Each episode felt like a game changer at that time. You know what I'm saying? And still does, but it's just way different now. This is definitely 5-star hotel right here compared to where we started. But the feeling is still the same, So it's crazy that the feeling hasn't changed, seeing from where we started to now, that like after every episode that we do, it feels like just such a great moment in time. You know what I'm saying? And when we was starting that was like a good like snapshot of, where we was at, like, mentally, man. It was just, you're right. We weren't ready, we wanted it so bad, but we just, at that time in our lives, it was just something that we couldn't fit into whatever schedule we thought was working for us at the time. You know what I'm saying? You was in Hawaii at the time? No.
No, I was here.
No, you was okay. You were in Canada. Okay.
I was on the way to getting my permanent residence. But I was waiting. I think that was like a full year before I finally got my papers.
Yeah.
So yeah, I was.
You was in the middle of that. Yeah, you was in the middle of that waiting period when we finally got to video.
Man,
yeah, actually, we got
that was a rough time. I be telling my girl all the time, like she a real one for holding me down because I couldn't work for 2 years.
Yeah.
So we was just here, just accumulating debt, and just trying to, I dropped so much music at that time, and we started doing a pod at the time because I didn't know any other way to generate income. Like I didn't, I couldn't make shirts. I didn't have my equipment. I didn't know nobody out here. So we started doing the pod more consistently because we had the plan of going to Patreon and doing all these things. But also I made like 3-4 albums in 2023.
Yeah.
Like just because I knew when I drop an album, I'm finna get $1,000 at least. Just from people buying the link, just from people buying the CDs and, doing all that. So being able to do that, yeah, it was the only saving grace that I had. I'd be like, hey babe, I got $1,000 for you. I'll see you in 3 months, So it was terrible, but that's really where the passion for podcasting came from, is from all the free time that I had and the want to like contribute to the household, but not knowing how. So it was like, if we get this podcast off, let's see how it goes. And I'm, very proud of how far we've come.
Yeah.
Less than 2 years, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Lance, you got on with us like 50 episodes ago, 40 episodes ago. You know what I'm saying? What's it been like for you to work together in this fucking shit we got over this pile of crap we got here in the corner of the internet, man? How's it been for you, brother?
This is our pile.
Yeah, this is our pile.
Our community's pile.
You know what I'm saying? What's it been for you, bro?
Man, hearing you guys talk, you can tell your friends. I'm a huge fan of the conversations you guys had, the episodes you guys have done in this podcast. It feels just like off the bat, you're jumping into a conversation with two friends that know each other well, that can have these type of conversations that are serious while also, roasting each other, having fun, jokes and stuff. So, and to see like the consistency now, like that review you were talking about, I would give you guys 5 stars if you guys were, consistent. And now seeing the consistency and the like more attention, more people are tuning in, tapping in. That's amazing story and glad to be part of the journey, and can't wait to see where the pod goes, where we take the network, how we grow. Like this is a a very strong foundation already. 2 years, 100 episodes already doing the Patreon. So arrow pointed up and super excited. I got a couple clips lined up from the old shows. I kind of want to just see your guys' faces when you hear these voices of yours, because it sounds totally different from you guys now. It's this first one, actually, I don't think anyone's ever heard. We don't have to play much of it, but it's actually an unpublished one. This is from
Lance, don't set us up like this, Lance.
No. It's nothing crazy, right?
Yeah.
2018. Wait.
Wait.
You said 2018.
Hold on. We might have to talk about this. 2018. Hold on, Lance. There was some incriminating evidence in this one.
I'm going to play this for 20 seconds, and I just want you guys to hear your voices.
Hey, we have to cut this out. We're going to cut this out. I'm going to let y'all know. Marcus. Timestamp.
All right, we got you.
This is from October 31st, 2018.
And y'all will never hear this again.
Yeah.
We archived this. It's not public. It's not anywhere.
It's going right back in the archives.
Speaking of artists, I feel like this is a great segue to one of the bigger topics that I wanted to talk about.
Oh yeah, shout out to segues, man.
If y'all know me, y'all know Marcus, y'all know we love music.
Mm-hmm.
And man, I feel like that we have to talk about album of the year.
Oh damn! Album of the century. Shout out to album of the century, bro.
You guys remember this?
Yes.
What are your thoughts on hearing this back now?
God. Oh yeah, we're gonna do some bleeping. That was when Doe dropped Good Reception, man.
Mm-hmm.
And we were excited. We definitely we were excited about that one. We thought it was like a good starting point. It's like everybody's talking about Doe's music right now. He just dropped this album. This would be the best episode to start this shit. So
I just want to know why we was on there trying to sound sexy to each other.
It's because it was the phone, bro. Like,
Steph's over here rubbing his hands. Yeah. Hey, I just want to say, talk about something. I want to talk about,
Hey, that was the only way to talk back in the day on the phone.
Oh shoot, man.
Youngins. Y'all sound like some youngins. That's crazy.
He was already doing awesome segues, bro. Like, we already had it. We had the formula already, bro.
Shout out to segues.
Shout out to segues, bro. Come on, bro. I was already shouting people out. We were shouting people out in 2018 already. Yeah. Man.
All right. This next one is where.
Damn, you got more.
Yeah, come on.
Yeah. This next one, Sefa was talking about. He said he wanted to mention this again. It was a big moment. I think this is one of the biggest reveals This is episode 8, December 7th, 2022. All right, here we go.
Exactly what you just said. I never realized how big it was until my family broke it down to how it was in our immediate circle, you know. And when I would talk to other people, other Samoan people, they would say like, "Oh yeah, my cousin's adopted from this," and or she, you know, my brother who we raised together is actually my cousin from my auntie, and all this crazy stuff. Like it's like people are just. I don't want to sound crass when I say this, but it sounds like people are just giving away all the babies that they have to like their other family members and shit and just being raised. But, you know, I don't know the circumstances behind that. And I feel like it happens a lot in our community. And a lot of these babies grow up not knowing that they are adopted, you know, until later on in life. And it's like, I don't know, that was such a wild thought to me because, and it's something that that hit close to home for me, you know.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Because it's like it's about to get really personal here, bro. But
that was you. Like, am I about to say this?
Yeah, bro.
Am I gonna do this right now? Okay, I'm gonna do it. And then
I found out when I found out at my dad's funeral that I was adopted.
Nigga, what?
Yeah, bro.
Hey, hold on. I wasn't ready for that.
Yeah. I can drop it for the shit. Dog, look at that. Like,
yo, wait, what?
Yeah, bro. How fucking wild is that?
So you are Asian.
I am Asian.
Wait, keep playing now. How do you the rest?
Oh no, that
This
was
entire time I was
Asian.
Wait,
I wasn't.
Wait, hold on. What?
Yeah, bro. Yeah. That's why this shit has it struck such a fucking chord with me because it's like I've grown up, like I just grown up seeing like I've seen like my aunties just fucking saying that I not gave away but like you know my son is over here with my sister, asked my sister to raise him, this and that, and like just people outside of my own immediate family is just saying it's the same thing for their families, like, and the drama that it creates, and it's like, nigga, like oh, you're not even my real son, like all that crazy shit, bro. And it's like, God,
you didn't find out until after the funeral,
bro. Yeah.
All right.
Bro, what?
Yeah, bro.
This feel like
okay.
That guy needs to stop stuttering. He talks to goddamn much, man. That guy stop stuttering. Holy shit, that's funny, bro. You are Asian. Shit.
His first fucking response, nigga, what?
Yeah. Exactly, bro.
I was thrown off, bro. I was thrown off. That was a classic, man.
I was thrown off. I don't remember hearing that part. Yeah. In the episode is Indonesia in Asia.
that in itself was funny too. We didn't know where Indonesia was.
Yeah.
I don't think we still do. I don't.
This was like, is Indonesia is in Asia? Yeah.
It's not Indonesia's not out Indonesia. You know?
Yeah. Fuck. What about you, Les? Can I ask you, Les, like, where were you when you guys started Polynesian?
Here in Forrest was staying here in Vancouver, which is the city over from Portland. So we were here in the Oregon area. It was like COVID. And even before that, in the lead up to that, me and the Uso Irai, Levasa Island Apparel, he was always like, yo, let's do some recording, you know, let's make some music, or let's make some podcasts, and let's collect equipment. We'll buy some wires, we'll buy some like a not an amp or a mixer, some mics, kind of get it all together. We had like little hanging, like the metal arms for setting them up like a podcast setup. Oh, yeah. And we never really did anything until like after he moved back to Modesto, and then we needed to like communicate frequently, so we were just like on the pod and doing like that. But that came out of me and Irai just wanting to do, talk, share our stories. I definitely wanted to talk sports, and then we kind of grew it into Polynesia now. Every week we got a new episode. We try to highlight Islanders, but
Yeah,
it's definitely been a process.
yeah, man. What's an important thing you guys have learned through this journey? If we still got time.
Consistency. Just trying to keep going. Keep it up. Keep researching, getting things lined up, having fun, like on pod day, recording, just having like a good time and trying to have good information.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Well, you guys, 100 episodes in, what have you guys learned, or what would you say the key to consistent or successful podcasting is?
Take it away, bro.
I would just say having a schedule and keeping each other accountable.
I was just about
That's
to say,
it.
yeah.
You know, like it's harder. That's why you see people who join groups when they want to lose weight or when they want to read a book or because it's easier to do it together. It's harder to do it alone. And so, just to be surrounded by like-minded individuals who also want to accomplish things and whatever you're also want to accomplish the goals that you want. It's just easier to do it with a group. So. Yeah, I would say consistency, getting a schedule, and then being in a group that'll hold each other accountable.
Yeah.
I think that's the keys to success, honestly.
Yeah. Just it's a little bit of that too, man. For me, like organization is a must. Like, as chaotic as this show and the shows in the network are, like, we still keep a little organized, like a little bit of organization with the note. The shared note, and it all goes back to what you're both saying. You know what I'm saying? The accountability and stuff. Organization is a must, bro. When we first started, we didn't have none of that. Like we were kind of against that. We're like, dude, free flowing. Let's just. I don't want it to be too rigid. You know what I'm saying? Pause. No, this isn't the military. You know what I mean? Like, so. But as we got older and got through it and wanted to be more consistent, like organization became key to. Having the schedule, all of that is key to your consistency, man. Because, shit, if you're just gonna go off, on a whim or, fly by the seat of your pants, bro, you're not gonna get anywhere, and then you're gonna flop. You know what I'm saying? So you need some kind of something to keep us there, keep us accountable and keep us going. So, yeah, organization, organize your shit, clean your room. Motherfuckers.
Damn, I gotta clean my room.
I was like,
me too. I gotta clean my room.
Yeah, mess in here.
Bro, my shit is fucked up right now. But yeah, man.
I think I want to say this episode 100, y'all.
Woo!
Congrats, y'all.
You know what I learned? Let's go. You know what I learned at Comic-Con too before we go? Most pods don't last past 6 episodes.
Oh, what?
Yeah, most pods, most people that want to start a pod, most don't last 6 episodes.
This pod didn't last 6 episodes like 4 times before it did.
Hey, exactly.
So yeah, we've been there. We hear y'all, but let's get it. So
come on, let's get to it.
Anything? I'm good. Anything else from you, Lance?
More coming on the Patreon.
Yeah,
I've been there.
Hell yeah. All of that.
You can feel free to take us out, brother.
Yeah, man. This has been another episode of the Polytickin Podcast. You nerds. All right. Go fly. By all 3 of us. Bye.
Yeah, bye.
Yeah, bye.